guess we're moving. I don't think I could call myself a real YouTuber if I didn't film the process of moving out of my flat. At the same time, I have been so stressed that vlogging happened for the first half an hour of the process, and now I've packed 3 boxes and I don't think I filmed the majority of it. I should probably give you a bit of an update because I have mentioned that we're looking to buy a house so many times recently, and this just sort of happened from one day to the next. We're not buying a house, we are renting a flat. So very different from our initial intentions, but I think this is the right move. We haven't really seen anything that we actually like enough to spend £250,000 or more pounds on. And this is just a temporary, like, let's get out of here and then we'll keep looking, or like wait for a couple of months and then keep looking, or possibly not. We're still kind of like a bit undecided. Like, another option is to just wait for a longer period of time, like a year or two, and increase our deposit and then look for something at a higher price range that we might like better. I don't know. I don't really know what the future will be. But for now, what I do know is that we are moving in 3 weeks and I am so not ready. The main problem is gonna be furniture, because all of the furniture in this flat, except for maybe like 1 table and 1 bedside table, like that was ours that we took with us. The rest, the previous tenants of this flat sold to us for really, really cheaply. Half of it is broken. And at the time, we were students, freshly graduated that year, and we were very much up for broken furniture for very, very cheap. We are kind of done with that. So I would like to get rid of the stuff, but I don't know who's moving into this flat next. I don't know if they're gonna want it. We have offered, but no one's actually accepted to move in yet, so we can't take the risk that they're gonna not want it and then we're gonna have very little time to get rid of it. And we don't have a car, right? So like, I can't just drive to the skip. And I've been looking up some furniture charity shop type places, but like even they want like safety labels and like some sort of proof that the furniture is not gonna blow up in smokes as soon as they get it. So I think I'm just gonna put ads on like for people to come pick it up for free if they want it, but I don't know if anyone's gonna actually want it. And also the problem with that is that most of the furniture is full of stuff, which is why we're starting packing so early. I want to empty some of the things we want to get rid of, put everything from inside the furniture into boxes, clean the furniture, and then put it up for people to go and fetch if they want it. If they don't want it, we might have a problem and I have no idea what to do with it. My boyfriend suggested buying an axe and trying to put it into the bins bit by bit. I don't think that's the best idea, but it might come to that. Let's hope not. But yeah, things are happening. We haven't actually moved. Like, this flat here, we've been here since we graduated from university. I think we moved in like the week of my graduation, so I remember my parents coming to visit and the entire flat still being covered in boxes because I hadn't had time to unpack yet, and that was just under 5 years ago. So it's gonna be really exciting to go somewhere new and just leave this behind. happy Saturday. I wanted to take this opportunity to sit down here and give you a vlog update because this is probably the last time I'm gonna be vlogging in front of this bookshelf, and I really like this bookshelf. It's probably one of my favorite parts of this whole house, and we are taking it with us, but it's not going to be the same setup unless I photograph every shelf and copy it exactly. But we have exactly 2 weeks and 2 days left until the official moving day. The contract has been signed, the deposit has been paid, it is all actually happening now. Unlike last weekend when we weren't actually fully done with things yet and we're still packing. And last weekend my main priority was that big cupboard with all of our crafting things and some random knickknacks in it that we put into those 3 boxes I showed you last week. But while I was doing those, I also ended up putting a bunch of clothes in those boxes to sort of like help layer it out and separate some of the things with sharp corners so that some of the books wouldn't get damaged and like everything has sort of plenty of padding. And while I was doing that, I originally set aside 3 or 4 nice shirts that I could wear for like social things and like if I have any fun plans over the next few weeks. And then as I started running out of clothes, I decided, hold on, you're moving in 3 weeks, you are so stressed, there is no way anything fun and social is gonna come up in the next 3 weeks. You would know about it by now. So let's just pack all of your favorite clothes and just keep your workwear. Cue yesterday when my very good friend and author tuber Wallis told me that she's in London for the weekend. It's fine. So this is technically a work shirt, but it's one of my nicest work shirts and we're wearing earrings with it because fortunately I had not packed my jewelry yet. So I'm very excited. I'm picking her up in a bit and we're going for brunch. This is the first time she's actually come to me because usually I go meet her in London, but I am so damn busy right now. I appreciate her coming to me this time. And we're gonna have a nice breakfast and we might go for a walk if it's not raining, who knows? And then I have to come back and pack this entire bookshelf into boxes. Look, she's a real human.
I know. She's,
The prospect of moving has been making me feel really nostalgic, but there's a sort of last-minute nostalgia for the things I'm about to lose. Every time I do something, I'm reminded of how it could be the last time I get that chance. The last time making this particular bed in this particular room. The last time looking at the pigeons perching on the chimney next doors. The last time sprinting for the train and then collapsing on one of the seats and catching my breath while joking about how we've basically taken up running at this point. There will be a last time that I'll dance around the kitchen while forgetting I was trying to make dinner. And judging from the state of my room, I fear I may have missed the last time I had an evening stretch before bed. I can't get over the fact that I'm somehow turning 28 in May, which means that it's been almost 10 years since I left Spain. Out of those 10 years, we spent 4.5 in this flat and 8.5 in this town. This is the flat I was living in when I graduated from university, and where I then spent 2 years working from home before getting my current job. It feels strange that it's finally time to say goodbye. Hello. I apologize if my hair looks like I've been ferrying around in this assembling furniture all weekend and haven't showered, that is because I have been disassembling furniture all weekend and haven't showered. Hello, welcome to my kitchen. For the very last time, I realized that this is probably my final chance to bake in this kitchen before I start packing kitchen stuff, because we're moving in 8 days. But I'm working for 5 of those days, and I have 4 hours of driving lessons, and I have an appointment to get some glasses, and we're gonna go look at beds on a different day. So like, it's 8 days, but like, is it really 8 days? Not really. But I'm thinking before I actually start packing the kitchen stuff, which I will inevitably start with the baking stuff, because that's what I don't need to use for the next 8 days, it would be kind of good to use up some of the things in my cupboards. So this is gonna be a spontaneous little bake because I don't want to buy new ingredients, and I don't know that I have enough of any one ingredient to make any of my usual recipes. But before we do anything else, let me just take everything down from those cupboards at the top and see what I have to work with, and then we'll figure it out what we're actually making together. Okay, so the answer is we have half a bag of chocolate chips, some of these cooking chocolate squares for milk chocolate, a bunch of white chocolate, and an opened but unused thing of dark chocolate, which I don't really know what happened there. We're not gonna waste any of these regardless, but the point is to use up the packages. So like there's like 3 squares left in this. If I can use this up and throw the wrapping in the bin, that would make my life easier. I also have a whole bunch of vanilla extract that expired in 2021. I think we're gonna be okay for flour. I have more than enough sugar and a slightly stupid amount of icing sugar that we're definitely not gonna be using up. It would be really good to use some of these bananas. I was thinking of making some banana bread, but when I normally make banana bread, I use oil, and I only have nice oil left. I don't have like baking oil, and I only have like a bit. And this needs to also last me for the next 8 days for cooking. So, and then I also have some butter, but like that's not enough like to make muffins, I think. I don't know how much I need for muffins, but how much is this? It's 400 grams total, so I reckon there's maybe like 150 in here. So I think my best bet might just be to use a butter and oil combination and just sort of like try and even things out, or like see if I can get away with a recipe that uses bananas and requires less oil. It would be good to use up some of the sugar, but like if I use bananas, I use less sugar. Okay, and I want to use some of the chocolate. I think I might just go for banana bread muffins with chocolate chips and added cut bits of chocolate. Yeah, maybe. It would be nice to use the white chocolate too, but this might be too much chocolate for the amount of baking I have available. Okay, I've just checked my recipe for my usual muffins, and it does actually only call for 115 grams of butter, which I'd have to check, but I think I have that much. Plus, if I'm using bananas, I think I can get away with slightly less. So I think we're just gonna give it a try. It might not turn out very well. I've never made banana muffins before, but what's the worst that could happen? While we do this, I also wanted to give you a bit of an update on how the whole moving thing is going, specifically how it's been affecting me lately, because it's not actually going terribly. Like, I think we're pretty on top of everything, you know, finishing everything in time for actual move-in day in 8 days. I don't think we're gonna have a problem with that, but I've been very tired lately, which you can probably imagine, because I've been doing, you know, my normal 9 to 5 job, which is actually closer to 8 to 5, while also doing driving lessons during work hours, which means that I've been staying in the office later than I normally do to make up for the driving lessons during the workday, which means that I've been getting home quite late. And then I get home, I basically make dinner, and then I've been trying to take the evenings off packing and do other stuff, but most of the time I just like look at my computer, feel like I should be packing, and I either go pack or I'm so tired I just collapse in bed for the evening. You can probably guess which one of those has been happening more frequently. And then the other side of this is that for the past like couple of weeks or so, I had been trying to spend my time over breakfast watching driving tutorials because I really don't have that much time right now, so the more efficient I can be with things, the better. So normally over breakfast, I would either work on some projects or I would watch YouTube videos. And I've been keeping up with videos that my friends are making, but it's been a while since I've allowed myself to just watch YouTube for the sake of it. Like, I just watch my friends' videos and then that's it. And the rest of the time I'm watching driving tutorials because I have to. My test is in like a month and a half. Like, Jesus Christ. Everything's fine. I'm completely fine. Everything's okay. And the reason this is relevant is that for the last few days, I've been just so genuinely tired that I sat down for breakfast and opened up a driving video and I felt like I wasn't even listening to it. So I was like, okay, let's just watch some nice cozy YouTube or like some AuthorTube vlogs, something to genuinely help me relax and have an enjoyable breakfast instead of trying to spend every minute that I'm awake learning something or doing something or disassembling something. And I have been really feeling like going back to my book as a result. I found it easier to ignore the fact that I'm completely removing myself from working on my creative projects for the last few weeks when I wasn't watching AuthorTube videos, and now that I started watching them again, it's like I am so jealous. I want to work on my book so damn bad, and I know it's a terrible idea. Like, I am barely keeping it together at this point. If I try to work on my book, it will go terribly. I will fall flat on my face, and then I will be upset that I've lost my ability to write, and then I will have a breakdown over that, and like, I don't want to do that. I think removing myself from working on creative projects is the right call right now. However, I really want to work on my book, and it's driving me slightly mad. This would be another thing which, if I used them up, I'd be so happy, but I think we have too many left. Hello, I apologize for the terrible lighting. This is about the best I can do at the minute, but I made some muffins and I've already had one. They're absolutely delicious. As you can see, our sofa is still here. We were hoping to get rid of it. We are advertising it as a single bed because it is technically not a sofa. It is in fact a bed that we use as a sofa. And I did really want to get like an actual sofa for the new flat, but we're trying to look at how to get rid of it, like paying someone to pick it up and take it to a place. How do you call a dump again? But not a dump? Tip. And it just seems so incredibly expensive just to get rid of something, compared to just, you know, someone taking it for free or keeping it. So we're actually considering just taking it with us for a bit, and I still want to replace it, but we might not replace it immediately. We'll, you know, that way we can have a little bit of extra time to look for a sofa we actually like instead of being in a rush to get one. So that's something, I guess. Won't be seeing the back of this anytime soon. Hello again, my apologies for the slight jump in angle. My phone decided to run out of memory, which is honestly a little bit worrying because I had 9 gig free this morning and I don't know where it's all gone. I can't remember what I was talking about, but I can remember that I wanted to show you this. So while I've been packing, I've been looking at all of the different nooks and corners of my shelf and my drawers and places that I just don't access that often these days. And I found this folder and I had completely forgotten that it existed, but I do have a vague memory of last time we moved, going through all of my different loose papers and things and notebooks and separating out the bits I wanted to keep and throwing away everything else. And I am honestly so happy I did this because there are some really fun things in here. So like this first page is literally a list of quests that we wanted to include in our first RPG game that me and my boyfriend tried to make together. This never happened, but I have a list of quests here that are really fun. There's a bunch of other video game things as well in here. So like, this was the first concept of the map/home screen type thing. I don't know if you can see it that well. Of the platformer game that we made together. And I'd forgotten that I actually drew this out by hand because I have quite a clear memory of what the final thing looks like, but seeing this initial design with like everything that was supposed to be on here, like all of the collectibles and the cards that we were planning to do that ended up getting cut from the final version. This is so cool. I love seeing this. This is a surprisingly good watercolor for back then. And this little gem is what made me want to show you this, because I don't talk about Project Side very often. I keep all of the ideas in it very, very secret, and I prefer to give you as little detail as possible. However, I think it is the right time to reveal that Project Side is indeed a portal fantasy. And it's been in progress since 2016, and I found a drawing from 2016 from what I originally wanted the portal to look like. And this has completely changed. It does not look like this now whatsoever in any way at all. But look how cool that is. I mean, as a drawing, it's like, yeah, it's alright, I guess. It's not the best drawing, but this is how I visualized it back in 2016, and it's changed so much, but like, this is so cool that I still have this. Like, I'm so happy. This just makes me so happy. Remember how I was talking about how I miss working on projects and I'm very excited to have time and energy to dedicate to projects again? This isn't helping. This is making me want to do so many things, and like, now I'm craving making video games again, which is not good because I've got too many hobbies as it is. Anyway, let's go put this inside a box.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand.
Hello, at this point I'm not even sure how to set up my camera anymore because my entire room and living room is covered in mess, but this kind of works. Just ignore the random bit of toilet paper in the exact corner of this framing. There you go, nothing to see here. We are moving tomorrow and we're almost done. I feel like we are doing okay in terms of number of things that need to be packed. What we're not doing okay with is number of boxes remaining to put those things in. We have 2 proper packing boxes, and then I have like a random Amazon box that was quite big that I've saved for ages ago. And I think there's one of those plastic boxes that live under the bed that's actually reasonably empty, so I might be able to sneak something in there as well. But yeah, we have basically everything in the kitchen. I've packed a couple of mugs yesterday and that's it. All of the bedding, a bunch of pillows, a bunch of coats, and like really bulky things. I also have a suitcase. That's a good one as well. It is 9 a.m. We are moving at exactly 10 a.m. tomorrow, so we have 25 hours left. Let's do this.
Soon I'm leaving quite early tomorrow morning. Undercover, baby, is what you ask of me. Soon I'll be disguised, shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Give me a ride, I'm going far beyond where the sun sets. Dear,
box down. About a million to go.
I'm filled with light. Tiptoe dance with me through the shadow play. Moon, I'm on my way.
Something terrible just happened. I was trying to move this little table out of the way so that I could do that pair of curtains, and the cactus tipped over, and it didn't fall or break, but it crashed into this plant, and the leaf broke off, and it's like, it doesn't look broken, but it's sort of wonky now. And this is my absolute favorite plant. I love it so much. Well, this and my tree probably. And I'm so sad. I've put a chopstick on to hold it in place, because fortunately I hadn't packed all of them yet. I use these mostly for gardening, that's why I keep them. And yeah. And I don't see any actual damage to it, it just looks very droopy and I'm a bit concerned for it. Especially because we're moving it tomorrow and I need to be very, very careful with this. My poor plant.
Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets. Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets. Show your tail in the night.
It is the final day that we have. We are moving in exactly 1 hour and 5 minutes. And I actually need to leave here before that because I need to pick up the keys for the new place and my boyfriend's handling the stuff this side and I'm handling the stuff the other side. Because we don't have a car, so we gotta be in 2 places at once apparently. Yeah, it is almost 9 p.m. at the minute and we've been up since 6 a.m. trying to finish everything, like last little bits. Last night I stopped filming sometime around midday because I was starting to get too stressed and we ended up packing until basically 11 p.m. So like it's just been non-stop all day. I think we sat down for lunch and dinner, but other than that I don't think I've sat down all day other than just now. This is very comfortable and I worry I might not be able to drag myself back up. But yeah, at this point most things are packed. We kind of ran out of boxes halfway through and a lot of our possessions are in recycling bags because that's the best we could do. And I don't really know what else to do right now. I wasn't expecting to be done early. I was expecting to be rushing around until the very last minute. We're not technically 100% done, but I don't have to leave for half an hour and there's not really very much left to do. I need to pack my slippers and take off my pajama trousers and pack those. And that needs doing. This isn't my last time being in the apartment because I will be coming back on Wednesday to arrange some of the cleaning, like let the cleaners in and return the keys and all that. We're not doing that today, but this is the last time that I'll be here as a tenant and as a person whose life is here. By the time I'm back in 2 days, hopefully we will have unpacked the bare minimum and have somewhere to sleep in the new place. I hope. I am really looking forward to going back to the new flat. I don't really have any photos of it. I remember enjoying it during the viewing. I thought it was a really nice flat, but I can't actually remember what it looked like that well. So hopefully it's as good as I remember it. And yeah, this is going to be my very last video sitting in this little corner that I've blocked in all of my writing stuff so many times, and I'm gonna miss this corner, but also I'm looking forward to setting up a new filming corner and making lots of videos in the new flat and also writing lots of books in the new flat. Thank you so much for watching this video if you've made it this far. I haven't edited any of this yet, but I feel like I have like over 3 hours of footage. So it's gonna be a long one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon for what will hopefully probably be my moving in video. I hope that you stick around for that, and I hope that you stick around for the return of writing content sometime soon. Have a wonderful week. Bye bye.